My name is Rachel Ruhlin, and I am a junior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and my Auburn education helped save my dad's life. So it's been a while that he knew he had hearing loss. In recent years, it started becoming super noticeable for us, and his habits would change. He would only talk on the phone on his right side.
I just thought it was really just a sort of aging over time. And Rachel last fall was taking an audiology course, which they talked a lot about hearing loss and some of the other complications that can come with that.
My professor would talk about how people are always so stubborn and they never want to get hearing aids. I was like, that's exactly what my dad does.
It's one thing to hear something in class, but it's another thing to actually translate that into your family, So she went back, she took him to an audiologist.
Finally, I texted my dad and I was like, we have to go. So I was gonna be home for Thanksgiving soon, and I was like, I'm just gonna look up audiology practices in our hometown. So I looked them up and I texted him and I was like, I found this one, they have an opening this day, we're going.
Yeah, she was pretty encouraging, if you want to say encouraging, for me to go, and I would say strongly encouraged me to set up an appointment while she was home. And I think her being home, she knew I would go with her.
And I could see on the computer his audiogram starting to take form, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not looking good. Because it's supposed to kind of just be flat up top, and his was just sloping so far down. So I could tell then that it was not good.
I never would have thought it was anything worse or more concerning than just normal hearing loss. At that appointment, they said that because I had hearing loss in just my left ear, when they see that, they do encourage patients to go get checked for something that could be more serious, most likely an MRI, they kept saying it's just to rule this out. And I got a call from the ENT, still expecting her to say that the MRI didn't show anything, but she said, kind of lo and behold, the MRI showed what is very uncommon, but was an acoustic neuroma in my brain.
They found a 2.7 centimeter humongous tumor located in the brainstem, and it could have been almost devastating to him. So providential, and of course, Rachel's from Minnesota, where Mayo Clinic is located, so it's one of the best centers in the world for this kind of stuff.
I've operated almost 900 of these tumors, and over my career, I've seen thousands of patients with acoustic neuromas. Every patient, whether they have a big tumor or a small tumor, would agree that this is a big deal. It's a major operation. Usually patients are in the hospital 3 or 4 nights, 1 night in the intensive care unit. And I always say to patients, I think it takes 3 months to kind of recover.
So it was February 16th that I had surgery at the Mayo Clinic. 3 nights in the hospital, and since then I've been home recovering.
We couldn't be more pleased with how things have turned out so far. We think things are going real well.
I'm very grateful that she was in that class, the audiology class at the time, and that she did encourage me.
It means the world. It's just so crazy. If the tumor would have kept growing, it would have pushed against his brainstem, which could have been so very life-threatening. It was so impactful that it was something that I was able to take from the classroom and apply it to something so meaningful in my life. What I learned potentially saved his life.